Good morning.
Uh, okay.
Morning.
Good morning. Hey, Michael. I had a
Hey.
question for you. How did you do the text on your wall in the back?
I didn't actually. My partner did, but what she did is she ordered all the letters on Amazon, and then she used it's some kind of like sticky like clay thing that you tack on, and it just kind of works.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like paint or if it was actually like 3D or not. And every time you pop up on this call on Tuesday, I'm like, huh, I wonder how he did that. So, okay, cool. Thanks.
Very
Appreciate
cool.
that.
Yeah, it was a really cool story actually. I I went to a co-working space that day. And she told me that she was gonna have some family over or something. So it's just like, so they wouldn't bother me. And then I come home, there's a whole marathon, so it's a walk the whole way, come back. And our roommate had just left. So she surprised me with a whole office, essentially.
That's awesome.
That's so sweet. I had a question. I noticed the on the Linux calendar, there's no Linux Foundation meeting this week. I'd assume there wouldn't be for next week, but wasn't sure about this week.
For which meeting, Angie?
For the Linux Foundation meeting, the one that's around like 10 o'clock every Thursday, I noticed that it wasn't in the calendar
You
for
mean
online.
the tag meeting?
I think so.
Uh,
I think it's like formally, let me see if I can find the formal label.
yeah, it is likely that it probably got canceled given the holidays,
Oh, okay.
which is also something I need to bring up in this call if there's any meetings that you guys want me to cancel due to the holidays, or if you guys still want to meet or leave it open in case people meet still, but just let me know and I will handle that.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Then then I think I will leave those open then.
Oh yeah, that would be great if Santa attends. But I think that's a question for today, right? When should the next meeting happen?
It's up to you guys. I'll let you guys if just let me know what you want me to do and up to you.
There's a part of, I think the rational part of me definitely thinks we should just take it off the calendar or whatever. It makes sense for the holidays. But
Yeah.
if we leave it open and somebody joins the call, they should get some kind of special award or some kind of badge or something. That would be, if somebody's insane enough to join that call, that would be like contributor of the year worthy.
We'll
Oh yeah,
send them a
that's
t-shirt.
it.
I'll do it
Okay.
for a t-shirt.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm
Um,
gonna cancel it, and that would be the 23rd next week. Is that in agreement?
Yes, on my end.
Perfect.
Works.
Perfect. I'll do that. And yeah, I'll be thinking about you guys anyways, so don't worry.
Good. Already 5 minutes in the meeting. So welcome to the Hiero TSC meeting. Like every meeting, this is a public meeting, which means we have a public invite for this meeting, a public Zoom link that you can find next to all the other meetings we are doing in our calendar. Um, You can find the link to our calendar in the meeting minutes on the Hiero webpage or in our GitHub. And since this is a public meeting, which means, we invite all of you to say or to bring in topics to discuss with us and so on. We please all of you to respect the code of conduct of the Linux Foundation and the antitrust policy of the Linux Foundation under this meeting and the other meetings we are doing in the Hiero project happen. So I haven't looked at let's come to the agenda, and I haven't looked at the pull request of the previous minutes this week, to be fair. We have some that need to be merged. I will take a look exactly after this meeting onto that. And I think then we will be good again. So another thing is that we want to bring up now at the beginning of every meeting to ask you as a community if there are any updates from you or from people you know using Hiero, any interesting updates in Hiero projects, updates you want to bring in from some of the community meetings. If there are any events where you say it would make sense to share them here with the community, and so on and so on. So any news or updates from anybody here in the audience? See something in the chat. Okay. So Sophie is asking if she shall summarize the good first issue proposal. So Sophie, look, I have added it when I created the agenda as an agenda item because I was assuming it makes sense since you have a presentation and all that. Maybe we do not do the whole presentation here, but maybe you can say something in 2 or 3 minutes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think we're still thinking about it and things, so maybe it's just good to raise awareness that we're having these conversations, and just a 2 or 3 minute summary I think would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we have it on the agenda. Next topic is HIPs. I think we do not have any new HIPs, anything to present. Mark, is there any update you want to share with us?
Yeah, still working through quite a series of HIPs. I think probably beginning of next year there'll be quite a bulk going through this committee. But today, no new HIPs. I think probably the closest one would be HIP 1313, which I think we've discussed in here. But yeah, nothing for today.
Okay. Do you assume it will be later this year, or do you assume it will be like next year?
This one will likely be before the end of the year if possible.
Okay. Cool.
So maybe, yeah, I don't know exactly when. Keith is managing this one.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's not here today. Okay, good. So next thing on the agenda is Jessica showed us I think it was last week, right? The wiki, or the different way on how several of our communities now organize the meeting minutes and the meeting agendas, and she presented this to us last week, and we started a short discussion last week, if that is something that we would like to do as a TSC2, which means instead of having our minutes in the TSC minutes folder as markdowns, have them here in that one and continue with working here on it. And if I still remember, maybe I'm wrong, we haven't voted on it or anything. So from my point of view, it would make sense as a TSC to vote on if we want to go that way forward. What do you think about it? Any additional information needed? Okay, I think then we can just do a voting on it, and I will start with Michael Kenter.
I vote yes.
Great, and we have Stoya
I vote yes.
and Georgie
Yes.
and Miriam
Yes.
and Brandon
Yes.
and Alex.
Yes.
And I vote yes too, which means in the near future we will move our minutes to the wiki of the governance repo. I like that. I think that will make our workflow even more easy, and we'll bring all the things together on one page, which will help everything to find all the information about meetings.
I have a
That's-
question. Are we moving also the past history or just going forward?
I would suggest that we going forward, because we don't want to delete those things here, right? So one thing would be we could copy it, or we just move forward and add a note in the last TSC minutes that will be in this repository, in the repo of this repository, and next to that a note in the first agenda or minutes in the wiki, so that we have referencing one, so that we have a cross reference between those two. I think that would be good enough from my point of view, but sure, we can discuss it.
I have an idea. I can add an entry that says 2024 and 2025 TSC meetings, and inside there like a note that says, oh, these previous meetings are located over here, kind of thing. And then 2026 will be the new meetings. Okay.
So
Sounds
that
good.
would mean that we start, and that would mean that we start that we start with the first meeting next year in the wiki. So it's not like in 2 weeks we start the wiki, but the meetings this year, which next week we don't have a meeting, but in 2 weeks will happen here in the TSC, so in the TSC repository, and the first one for next year will then be done in the wiki.
Perfect. I'll have that ready for you guys. And if you or Brandon have a question about how to create entries, just let me know.
Perfect. Thank you. Any other questions, points on the wiki? Okay. Which brings us at the end of the last meeting, Jessica came up with having a TSC mailing list, or like a way to contact all TSC members by mail, so that will allow everybody to easily send a message to the TSC. And Jessica, I wanted to ask you on an update on that topic, because I know you already started to, for example, collect mail addresses and things like that. So what's the state here?
Yeah, so I have everybody's contact. The next step is to send a couple of test emails. So I just wanted to wait until this meeting happens so that it's not confusing. But I just wanted to say this is probably not gonna be like a spamming kind of situation. I mean, it's gonna be only on those kind of urgent cases where there's something happening and we need to contact the TSC members outside of the TSC meeting. So it's just
Yeah.
something to have in case we need it. But I just wanted to let you know it's not gonna be bugging you. And yeah, if it's okay with everybody, I will be sending a couple of test emails today. And if you can reply that I got your information right, just that will be really, really nice.
Oh, totally fine for me. What is the mail address? I mean, if you already have something, what is the
So
address?
it's I need to double check on that because it's all handled via PCC, the same way that all the meetings are handled. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is Hiero. I'll make sure to publish it, but I believe it's Hiero-TSC at Linux Foundation decentralized, something like that.
Something
I
like
just
okay,
forgot the
cool.
last little bit of it, but it's you're gonna see it coming from a Hiero-TSC at, and I'll make
Okay.
sure I'll publish the correct one soon.
Okay. Okay. But I think it makes sense then that once we have it and we know it's working, at the mail address somewhere to this README, right? So to say
Yeah.
like to contact the TSC and then put the mailing address here. And I think that will not end in spamming us with endless messages, but it will allow everybody in case of a question, in case I mean currently, so what is currently the workflow to put something on the agenda, right? The workflow would be to ping Henrik, maybe. And for things like that, we would then have the official mail address, and even if I would be, like ill on a Tuesday or whatever, other people then know about a request coming to the TSC to put it on agenda and so on. So yeah, that totally makes sense.
And just a little note, I know almost 100% sure I have everybody's address right except Richard. I need to work with the PCC team for them to update it in your profile. So I had a wrong email address, but you might not be receiving the test email that I'm about to send, but I'll make sure that gets corrected by the PCC team. But I'm gonna send the test email in a couple of minutes now.
I sent you Richard's mail address because you just said you don't have the one from Richard. I forwarded it to you.
No, I have it. I have it. What you gave me. However, what
Okay.
was in his profile was a different one, which I assume is discontinued. So I cannot update it myself. I need to send a support request from the PCC team, etc., etc. So they need to do a little bit of work there. Or if you can update it in your OpenDev profile, that will be faster. But I can do it if you
Okay.
want.
Yeah, okay. I can have a look at my OpenDev profile, but I think I have 3 mails in it or something, and in theory,
Your identities got
my
merged last time.
private and the hashgraph one and so on. I think I have all of that in the profile, and I don't care
Yes.
which one is used, to be fair, because at the end it all ends in my mail client.
Yeah, and I'm posting in the chat the confirmed email address. Oh, sorry, I sent it just to Michael because I was chatting with him. That's the email address.
Great.
So I'll send the test now. But yeah, you can carry on in the meantime, and this is happening in the background.
Perfect. So while we are waiting to get our mail, are there any questions to that agenda point from anybody? Okay, so we come to the next point, which is the Good First Issue SDK committee. And yeah, as said, this is the topic from Sophie that she's currently driving to bring like the success we had on the Python SDK to the other SDKs. And when talking about success, it really makes sense from time to time to look at the Python SDK, because the last time we looked at it, we talked about this great 50 new contributors, right? So if you look at that, the Python SDK now has 80 contributors, which is so good. And yeah, so Sophie is currently making a plan how we can get the same success on the SDKs that are currently driving mostly by Hashgraph. And yeah, Sophie, so do you want to share something? Should I stop sharing? How you want to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really rewarding journey, super interesting, learned like many things about what it takes to grow good first issues. And I think I want to say before, I just want to warn and say nothing in this is concretely decided yet. We've been discussing this issue and fiercely debating this topic a couple of weeks now. I've been trying my best really to learn as much from the community while also proposing like a realistic plan. So as Hendrik says, I do have a lot of experience with good first issues. In the Python SDK, I have created, looks like more than 140 good first issues. And I think it's much more than that now. This is something I did a couple of weeks back. And you can clearly see that as new good first issues are created, the number of contributors just kind of goes up with it. So this is the way to attract developers to Hiero, in my opinion. Not all of these developers are developers learning from scratch. I would say around 50% of them do have around 2 or 3 years of experience. They are just trying to test out the waters in Hiero or test out the waters in open source contributions in general. And many of these contributors are now junior committee members inside the Python SDK. They are helping to improve the reviews for all the pull requests coming in. They are creating bots, automation. So it's all kinds of interesting things happening in the Python SDK resulting from the good first issues. But I can't deny that after creating lots and lots of these good first issues, that it is quite a time-consuming process where you need to have like this nice welcoming message. You want to have the emojis. You want to have very clear documentation on what is required to be able to pass that. In addition, you need to always be ready for all kinds of different things. So good first issue starters, they have lots of different needs that are somewhat unpredictable. So one day somebody might need help with DCO and key signing. Another day somebody's forked something the wrong way and now they have no idea how to fix it because there's they need help and all kinds of things. So creating a high quality good first issue is something that is a little bit time consuming, requires some templates, and it's lots of good things. But that's not just everything. After that, you need to assign them quickly. You need to engage with them. Do you need any help? And they're like, yes, I can't do the signing. I read the documentation. It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, let's jump on a call. Let's fix it. So there are various touch points that good first issue starters need. And they want quick feedback. They need quick feedback. Some of these issues are really simple, from like the just rename this, add a comment to this. So they want to finish the issue as quickly as possible and work on the next challenge. So we need to have a system where we can have more good first issues created, but also have a quicker turnaround time with them. My proposal so far is to create a good first issue support committee. A good first issue support team. And this is something that we have discussed. Initially, this was proposed as a good first issue committee, and we decided maybe that's not the best name for it, because actually what we would be suggesting is a good first issue support team, which is a dedicated opt-in team. You can see here it's being applied to the Python SDK only right now, and then that would enable you to have the extra support from the good first issue support team. So if somebody wants to be assigned to a good first issue in the middle of the night for you, that's okay. Somebody else might be available then. If somebody has an issue with the signing, that's okay. We can help them out. Yeah, so we're kind of discussing this at the moment. That's the quick rundown.
Thank you, Sophie. Any questions on that topic? Oh, Jessica, I received a test mail.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. This is the first time I'm using PCC to send use the mailing list via PCC. So
Okay, so any questions, comments on the good first issue topic?
Andrew put a comment in the chat. I don't know if he
Yeah,
has
that's,
No,
something
that's, a
he
good,
wants to talk
that's a
about.
good comment. I like that one. And I think multiple other people too, right? It got several 100, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm usually joining most of the community calls, the Hiero Good First Issue calls, the Hiero SDK community calls, and that's where we've been discussing this. So if you want to be part of these discussions, please join those meetings. They are part of the Linux Foundation calendar meetings. Every opinion is welcome there. So yeah, thank you everyone.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm seeing, Jessica, you're spamming people.
no, it's just everybody's went to the spam. So just please don't hear me.
Okay. But this, where's my browser? Here we go. Let me share that. But this brings us already to any other business for today's meeting. If there are no additional thoughts or comments on any of the topics we've discussed so far.
Real quick, Hendrik, if folks don't mind, I have something rather off topic to share just end of year, if anyone's interested in a little sneak peek. Um, just folks on the TSC call, just as we head into the new year, on the HGraph side, we've developed a new AI data agent that is kind of like a network explorer that explores the network for you. And folks may be familiar with our MCP server. I just want to take a quick minute and offer kind of like an early sneak peek to folks in this call just before we log off for the holidays. So I'll send a quick link in the chat here for anyone curious. And these are, I will say, the folks in this call are some of the smartest in the ecosystem. So if anyone has any feedback or sees any problems with it or anything like that, feel free to shoot me a message or email. Don't share publicly yet at this time. But yeah, it is hgraph.ai. I mean, anyone watching the recording can go check it out. But yeah, this should be a pretty cool product for the ecosystem. And yeah, just was interested in any feedback that folks may have, and just excited to kind of get it out there. And I also just wanted to take a minute and just, before we log off for the year, just say how grateful I am to be a part of this group. And it's just, amazing to be alongside the TSC and everything like that. So just appreciate everybody. Just want to take a minute. And everyone's just been putting in so much hard work. So appreciate everybody. Yeah, exactly. Don't share publicly yet. Brain down for it during a public meeting call. Classic. But anyways, appreciate all you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Anybody else who would like to say something? Otherwise, we can stop half an hour early and yeah. Oh, I see Milan is coming. Hey.
Trying to look my head better, but it's I think
Need a check.
it's no use. Yeah, no, I just want to say we're reaching the end of the year, and we're always everyone is always very busy and heads down, to get the last things ready, and in the meantime preparing festivities, back home. So I'd like to thank everybody for, we're not yet there. I mean, we're halfway December, but thank everyone. And, a big shout out to Sophie as well. I've seen, you're working very, very hard this year. And, this is another example. Those efforts, really, really appreciated. You're doing an amazing job. But that's for you, Sophie, but also for everyone else here, everyone in their own capacity. So yeah, big thanks.
Well, thanks,
Thanks,
That was
Milan.
it.
Cool. Okay, then I think it's time to say happy holiday to everybody and see you all then after holiday season with great things in 2026 coming for Hiero. I know Diane and Jessica are already working on a plan of ideas what should be achieved next year. So can't wait to hear from that. Okay, perfect.
Thank
Then
you.
thank you all and see you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Happy
Thank you so
holidays.
much, everyone. Bye bye.
Thanks. Happy holidays.
Bye.